Hi, I'm Katy Eiden, and now I've brought with me my guest, my son, Jacob Eiden. I thought of all people to tell his story, he would be the best one to do that. So he's going to fill you in on things, and we'll bounce things off of each other through the next 10 minutes. After we're through with the video, we'll have time for questions and answers, so if there's anything you'd like to know more about, feel free to ask us then.
Alright, so when I started at school, it was at Huntley Elementary in the public education system for Appleton. And from there, I pretty much right away went to the Odyssey Magellan Charter Program for elementary school and middle school. And I spent most of my time in elementary school and all my time in middle school in that system. Mm-hmm. And then once that was over with, I was put into North High School in the public education system again, and that really threw me for a loop. I did not feel comfortable there at all. It's a wonderful place, but it was a real shock to go from a 30-person class to one of more than 500 students. Mm-hmm. And I felt very anxious and awkward and just alone in general. I felt very emotionally removed, and I just I didn't like it at all. And it just threw me off for the longest time. And probably about the time that we were getting close to the end of the first semester of my freshman year at North, I just couldn't handle it anymore. I'd been meandering around trying to figure out what to do. And I was told to meet with my guidance counselor, Ms. Davis. And my mom has nothing but good things to say.
I'll pop in here. Mrs. Davis is my angel, our lifeline. She was our lifeline. She suggested Jacob look at Value School as an option for schooling. That Appleton North just wasn't a good fit for him, and she thought Value School would be great. That was and is the biggest blessing of our life, and that's where Jacob's career, he started his career, and it just started flourishing.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. If there's two things actually that I could really accredit to VNS, it's my ability to communicate, my ability to manage my own time. And both of those are part of this thing you're going to hear on and on again at VNS called lifelong learning. You're probably going to hear it from some of the students, you're going to hear it from the advisors. It's a really key aspect of life at VNS, and dare I say it, life in general. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people aren't going to realize that because it's a concept that's not available to everyone. But everyone can, take part in it and go through the different aspects of it to make themselves a better learner, a better whatever they do, a better person in general. But communication is probably the one that I struggled with and tackled first. You see, I was a very awkward child. I did not communicate a whole lot. I didn't have a whole lot of friends as like a child going into young adulthood, and that really made me socially sort of. Oh, I might as well go and say inept, if I'm really being honest here. But
how things have changed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I used to be morbidly afraid of talking in front of people, like somebody. But,
I don't know who he's talking about.
But yeah, so that really changed at VNS, because VNS Absolutely. Is all about making you feel more comfortable and then pushing that realm of that comfort zone, pushing the bounds of that a little bit and extending it. And the way they do that is mainly through advisory. Mm-hmm. Being an advisory, it may seem like just a way to organize the students, but it's also a way to pull them a little bit more out of their shells. I mean, you don't see the advisories sort of divvied up based on age or anything else really. It's really a mishmash of students. You'll see a 7th grader sitting next to a 12th grader, for instance. I mean, you really don't know what you're going to get. Most of the students don't. It's just randomly assigned, and there's a reason for that. You want to be able to talk to any of those people about something. You want to be able to feel comfortable talking to people with totally different views or personalities. You want to feel comfortable with that because it's going to help you just unbelievably when you get out into Well, college for one thing, but also when you get out into the workforce and in life. You know,
In the real world, in
yeah,
general.
being able to talk to other people is a huge skill, and it's not often done like in a regular school system. If anything, they teach you how to keep within your group of students. You know, the jocks hang out with the jocks, the nerds hang out with the nerds. It's still done. If we're being honest, it's still a thing. But VNS does not subscribe to that at all. It's really about just getting to know people in your community. It's about being a community.
And to that point, I, as a parent, thought it was really neat that Jake was with one advisor for all 4 years, which all students are, unless you
That was not
have
what
a
I
unique
thought.
circumstance.
That is, you have misspoke, man. I was with 2 advisors. I had one for a year and a half, Mr. Demick, and then I had Mrs. Holmes. But yeah, no, that's usually the case though, is you have one advisor for all 4 years. There are some oddballs out there, but that's usually the case, is you stick with them and you form a relationship with them. And that's the key thing, is being able to form a relationship with an adult who's not your family member, who's not your coach, who's not, you know, they're your advisor. They're not there to teach you, but they're there to help you find your way.
Gently guide without you knowing it.
No. That's not what Holmes did. That's definitely not what she did. But yeah, no, but they're honestly there to help you find where you should go, and that's what's going to happen when you get into the real world as well. You're not going to be able to find those people very easily. You know, it's a much more subtle skill to find those people once you get out of that system. And again, this is really a system that's at VNS and a couple other project-based schools. But it's also something you're going to find at college, because you're going to find academic advisors, professors who are assigned to you to help you pick out your classes and make sure that you're getting the major that you came there to get. It's a crucial aspect of life at college, is being able to talk with your advisor and find out what you need to do, and not all students who go into college are ready to do that. A lot of my friends weren't. I was. I can honestly say that. I was more prepared than my friends for this, because VNS got me prepped to go and talk with them and find, figure out what I needed to get done, how I was going to do it, and bring that to them. Which brings me on my other thing, is time management. The ability to manage your time is another crucial aspect of VNS, and it's something that's going to be crucial in life, and it's probably the thing that I struggled with the most.
And wouldn't you say even along with time management, you're responsible. It's all on you.
Yeah, no, all the accountability at VNS falls on you. That's, it shouldn't be a shock. That's how it's going to be in life.
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to pass the buck to somebody else if let's say you're working for a company on acquiring that new share or something. I don't know. I'm not a business guy, but let's say you're in that situation. You can't just pass the buck up along. No, it goes the other way. It comes down. At the end of the day, you need to be ready to be accountable for your actions and what you're doing. And I was ready by the time I was in college, I was ready. I was ready to go and do that. I feel ready to do it in the real world. I'm already thinking about it. I'm already planning for that. The PLP. If you've not seen one yet, do not leave before you see one. I'd be shocked if anybody in this room has not seen a PLP at this point. But it's a crucial aspect of life at VNS, and it saved me in college. It let me get ready and plan, because like I said, your advisor in college, your academic advisor, is going to help you figure out what classes you need, but they're not going to go through everything with you. You get 30 minutes when you're choosing out your classes for a new semester.
And you're given a book this thick.
Yeah.
Classes to take, which I was absolutely overwhelmed with and had to turn the other way. But Jake knew how to decode that and to look at, I have 4 years, so I'm not going to worry about these 3 right now. I need to look at my first year.
Yeah, it's a lot like how a PLP works, in that you should have a 4-year plan or something up to that equivalency, a long-term plan for graduation. You're going to have that for college too. Unlike at VNS, where you're going to have to plan everything out yourself and do all this and that, it's really, they're sort of telling you what's going to be involved with each class, but they're going to be taught at very specific times. It's not like you get to choose your own time like at VNS. They're going to offer certain things at certain points. You need to figure out when you can get to all of them and how you're going to wrap them all up in 4 years. And I did that. And not all my friends could do that, so it was a little proud moment for me. But again, you need to be able to look through everything and figure out how you're going to get it all done. But you need to look at that with other things in life too. How am I going to be able to pay for rent? Am I going to be able to pay car insurance? Things, monetary things, also social things. How am I going to make time with all my work to go to my cousin's wedding or be in
extracurricular clubs?
Yeah. You're going to find in life things like that where you're going to want to try to plan around and figure out how to make them happen for you. But you need to be strict with yourself. That's where the managing comes in. You don't manage the time, you manage yourself. Because you can have all the time you need. Really, you do. Some people may argue with that, but really what happens is those people just don't know how to tell themselves, I need to do this now. I can't do it 5 minutes from now, 5 hours from now, 5 days from now. I need to do it now because I have time to do it now. And if I get it done now, I won't have to worry about it again.
And the plan just helps you.
Yeah.
If you get lost in everyday life like we all do, it helps you refocus.
You don't need to stick to the plan. That's something I think people oversell themselves on. It's good if you stick to the plan, but sometimes, unlike VNS, life will get in the way at college. Maybe you need to work in a job to help pay for things. Or again in life, maybe you need to take on an extra job, or I don't know, medical expenses come up. Something happens that goes against the plan. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You need to be flexible. Yeah, you need to be able to say, oh no, we need to recycle all of this. Keep it all over there, but cut it up, snip it, throw it on a little collage,
Cut and paste.
Yeah, basically, and move it around. That's like a penultimate skill that even a lot of adults really have not gotten mastered. Just the ability to be like, deep breath, take everything, rearrange it, okay, new game plan. It's just something.
The end point is still there, but you have to rearrange a few little things.
I was always too focused on getting everything done. Like once I had gotten into the swing of planning things out, I was too focused on getting everything done. When I didn't get it done that way, I would panic, reclusive little hermit mode, get into my shell, worried. Yeah, but you need to shake that. It's a skill you learn at VNS. It's a skill you learn in life. VNS just helps you get there faster.
And it's a skill you utilize.
Oh yeah.
Through your whole life.
Oh yeah, but VNS really sort of pushed it on me, and those two aspects though, communication and my ability to manage my own time, really they help me get to where I am, and they help me decide where I want to go. I know I want to go and be a professor now. I know what I want to do. I know how I need to get there, and I have networked using the communication skills I've received from VNS. I've gone out and I've talked to other professors, and I'm friends with professors, and
he dines with his professors.
Dine.
Have coffee and
things like that. But it's honestly, it's honest truth. Those two things, I
critical.
Yes, but there's no way I can express my thanks to the people that I learned them from.
Oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I found myself learning skills that Jake was being taught that I could apply to everyday life. So VNS has just been outstanding, was outstanding, continues to be through the things that they taught Jacob and me, really. I really feel like traditional schools take kids from point A to point B and get the task completed. Where Valley New School, in my opinion, gives the kids a compass and a map and helps them navigate their way from point A to point B and gives them an immense number of tools to figure out how to get from here to here on their own.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's life.
Oh yeah. But we've rambled on a little bit too long. We set a little goal for ourselves, but we should end it here, get on to the questions. I'm sure some people have questions, some people just want us to end it already. So
well, we're going to stick around for questions and answers, or Q&A if you will. So we'll wrap it up, and we're here if you have anything else that you'd like to talk to us about. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.